how I'm recalling how I met you. I was seeing a lot of memes on there. You just had me cracking up. I was
Mm-hmm.
calling. I was like, "Who is this crazy person?" Because the way you post is exactly how I think. So I'm just over
Uh-huh.
here cracking up to everything, you know. And then when you
Uh-huh.
put that post on there about the girl with the knees, you know, the black girl with the knees, and she like breathing hard, like, and you like when they realize they gotta pay taxes after showing pictures of their booty holes. I'm like, oh, that's the one. That's the one.
That, that's definitely, man. I told you I'm thinking about getting into the business myself. Now I don't know if I want to show my rear end like that because men we tend to be a little bit more hairy than y'all women. So
That is true.
I
I'm
don't,
done with
I
you.
don't think I make the type of money that y'all will probably make. So I'm gonna just keep that part to myself.
You know, and that's what brought us to this topic. Because when I saw that meme, I was just like, man, how is it possible people are getting paid in the news? When
Hmm.
you get onto our platforms, we start talking about things that matter, we start talking about the truth on real issues, then we get banned, we get blocked.
Yeah.
Sometimes our videos get deleted. So how I'm just wondering, how does this all work? How are they doing this?
I mean, you got to think about society. Our politicians are crooked. Trust me. They get speeding tickets. They get they're in strip clubs. They in all these type of events. I don't want to say too much in case somebody's watching and they try to block this episode. But they do a lot behind those closed doors, and then they sign all these rules for other people not to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's toxic behavior when you think about it because when we try to do right, that's when things go wrong. But when we do wrong, everything goes right.
Oh my God, that is so true. I am noticing that day in and day out. Like
Yeah.
people fight so hard to make their money legally. And
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. The way we're talking about people are making money in the news, it's not even illegal.
It's not.
It's not even, but it's illegal to tell the truth. Like
It,
almost it feels criminal to tell the truth.
it goes to show you how far we came along because I remember being nude. I don't think it was an American thing. It was more like the French thing. But and don't quote me on that. But I'm trying to remember some of my history. But it
Okay.
was considered vulgarity to. It was shamed upon at
Yeah.
first to be nude. But now it's the newest trend, the latest thing. It's the money maker. That's where everybody is at.
Yeah,
Nude.
being nude is the norm,
It
literally.
is.
Like, you can go to the grocery store, belly's out, breast out, almost. You know what I mean? Just
Man, and then you got kids and kids just looking.
yeah,
Mommy, she ain't got no clothes.
right.
You got your kids around this, so it's starting to be normal to kids. And
It
I'm
is.
like, to me, you got to think about where you at when you dress a certain type of way. Because to me, I look at it almost as if it's, and I know people don't do it intentionally a lot of times, but to me, it gives predatory behavior. You shouldn't be
Right. And
being
then
like that
think
in front of
about it
kids.
from the feminist perspective, then we get upset when men come to us and approach us in a certain way, but we have to think about how we're dressed. But at the same time, how we're dressed shouldn't be defined or shouldn't impose some definition on the person, but everyone's visual. So we can go around in loops all day about that theory.
Yes. That brings me to that post that I made talking to thick women is hard
Oh yeah,
because
I saw that.
it is like that. What
Yeah.
what what made you interested in me? Oh, it was your vibration, queen. It was your
Look, the thickness. Let's keep it real, the thickness. Because we know
exactly.
we know that men are visual creatures. You know, so are women.
Yes.
Women, we can sometimes like put past the looks, especially if you offer something more, like your personality, the bank account, etc. We know you can take care of us, right? You're a
Yes.
protector. I'm just throwing out the facts. I'm not.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
factual,
sugarcoat.
factual.
But for men, you guys will almost pass up. You tell me if I'm wrong. You'll almost pass up a beautiful person from within for a baddie, somebody who just got a bad body and they have some sense. What do you think?
No, you absolutely right. I agree with you 100%.
That's messed
But
up. You agree? But yeah,
I know, but this I do want to say, and I can't account for all men. We have different personalities, different motives, different intentions. But a lot of us get to an age to where none of that matters. As you start to get older as a man, mature, especially a black man, being from my community and talking to people that look like me, you get to the point to where you just want a woman to take care of you. And I don't mean financially and all that stuff, but sometimes us men not is great with our health and everything. And
Facts.
sometimes it's our woman that keeps us alive, actually.
Yes. Yes.
So we get to a point to where, okay, oh yeah, she bad. Oh, she got this going on. She got that back there going on. Oh my goodness, she got 100,000 followers on Instagram. And no, after a while, that gets played out. You start
Right.
wanting love and connection, and you start to realize that she can't cook.
Yeah. Facts. So who gonna keep you alive? Who gonna keep that belly full for you? You know?
Man, yeah. So I mean, as a human, like you said, I still look at it and visualize like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I realize that it's not a lot of benefits to that situation.
I mean, like I said, it's human nature. Like women, we
Yeah.
look too. You know what I mean? We could be in relationships, we could be married. If you see
Yep.
some nice looking person, you're
Yep.
going to look. I mean, God created beautiful people. You got eyes to see. We get that. But the backwards behavior of it all, like that's what the
Mhm.
topic of today's show is about.
Yeah.
It's the backwards behavior. Like we look for things and people that are literally like it just doesn't make sense. Like we know that this person is not going to fit in our life, but they will fit in our life for that moment. You know,
Mhm.
whatever that purpose is in that moment. But beyond
Yeah.
that, it's nothing deeper than that. So it's like, why are we making lifetime decisions off of temporary situations? A lot of us are doing that.
Yeah. Backwards behavior, it reminds me of it's toxic. Like I said, think about girls who, okay, she's book smart. She got a great education. She come from a loving background with family and surrounded by families, a loving marriage. But she's in high school. She's looking for that adventure. She want a bad boy. She wants somebody she can fix. And all of a sudden, that's what she's attracted to at that moment. Even though her parents think, oh well, you and Malcolm been friends for a long time. He's a great guy. He's in school. He's going to get his doctors out of high school, and we don't want to be matched up with who our parents
Exactly.
choose for us or anything. We want the bad person. It's the same way with guys.
Mhm.
Man, Jessica, she's smart. She's cool. She got a great family. We know her family and all that. But no, we want Felicia. Felicia. Oh my goodness, all the guys want Felicia.
Right.
It's. I feel like it starts from a young age, and then it trickles over into adulthood.
And it's that psychology that you mentioned just a minute ago. Is like we want what's bad and we don't want what's good. Like, and then when we doing good, it seems like the results don't ever show, or it takes forever for
Mhm.
the outcome that we're looking for to appear. But when we do something bad, it's like an immediate satisfaction, right?
Yes, it
It's
is.
crazy. So I mean, it's just man, I don't know. I guess it's the kind of world that we live in. But just going back to what you and I, the reason why we came up with this topic, because I'm over here looking at these platforms like, man, I see a whole butt cheek out. How is this possible? How is this possible? This person is able to post this, but I can't post my feelings or my truth or my research about a particular topic without it being flagged.
Yeah, it's weird to me. I hear a lot of people. See, I've never been in Facebook jail. For some reason, I'm able to stay out of a lot of trouble. I
I have a
cry.
clean record so far.
So far, so far.
Yeah.
I cried when I got suspended one time in school. It was terrible. I do not like getting in trouble. I kid you not. Only thing on my background is one speeding ticket I ever got in my life, and oh my goodness, I feel so dirty.
Yeah.
No, but going back to that, I hear people talk about how people will screenshot stuff that they said, and we understand what it is. It may seem like an insult to someone else, and I don't know if people are reporting certain things, but you can use certain words. Yeah, that's why we start. That's why we started using emojis for certain words, because you can't say the N word, or if you use a curse word or something, they'll flag your page, and you use an inappropriate language. But yet, I kid you not, over the last week, I've been seeing people posting everyone else's story. Tell me, I watched this story, y'all. It's crazy. And
Yeah.
then here I am, being a guy. I just so happen to click on the story, man. Wow.
What? I saw whole horses in the shower. I'll put it like that. And I'm saying to myself, how is this horse live? You know, this horse is live, y'all. I can't make this up. It's swinging. I mean, like in real life, how is that possible? So, like, this is my question to you, though,
Horses
as
and
a guy.
airbags. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there because I'm seeing so many airbags, balloons.
Oh man, the flapjacks, it's okay, it's all
Yeah.
good. They make money too.
Yes,
But
they
like,
do.
But like in terms of like public nudity, like how do you feel about that as a guy? That's probably a redundant question, but I mean, just want to know.
I mean, public nudity. Okay, first of all, I want to say when we think about it, when we watching it alone, it feels safe. It feels okay.
Right.
Public nudity, when you see it out and about, you like, ugh, it's disgusting.
Right.
To me, I don't care how good your body looks. Like I always say, yes, there's a time and a place. I'm okay with it to a certain extent. It depends on what the situation calls for, where you at, and there's no children involved in the situation, and everyone has consent to be the way they are and be happy. But when you in family events and you at the beach and you at Universal Studios and everybody can see your hoop-ahs and all that, to me that's inappropriate.
Exactly. I have the same exact feelings towards it as well. Now, what about like making money off your body? You know, like we're diving in real I don't know, violationary territories right now. But hey, I just want to put it out there. Like, how do you see that when people are on these platforms and they're showing it all and they're getting paid for it? Like, can you throw out some numbers like on how much people are getting paid to do this?
Okay, the Catch Me Outside girl. I'm glad you brought that up.
Danielle Abregoli or whatever.
Yeah, she became legal, and all of a sudden, and within the first hour, she made $1 million off OnlyFans.
I read about
that. That's from the reports that I read. You know, a lot of times they got you said allegedly. You know, but from what I've read, you know, I've seen it on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
But she crashed OnlyFans within the first hour of being on there. Now I don't know what her content was because I didn't go looking for it. But I heard she made $1 million within an hour and she crashed OnlyFans.
That's crazy.
But to me, it's your body. If you're an adult and you're on a platform that allows that, that's fine. And it's also fine to the people who own these platforms because it makes them a lot of money.
Right.
To me, it's like in a sense of it's pimping in a sense.
It is.
You own these platforms and you may throw out a message to where it's kind of like condescending the situation. We don't want inappropriate stuff on this website. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Okay, we gonna say that so that it's up on our website so people can know that we don't support it. But hey, we really do support it.
Exactly.
We support it. It makes us a lot of money. So that's what it's like. So I'm like, I mean.
Then on the other hand, you have somebody that's doing what they should be doing for themselves, the community. Mm-hmm. You know, just righteous movement towards helping everyone, and like nobody cares. Yeah. But if people like Danielle goes on there, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she's doing, $1 million is crazy to make.
Yeah, it is. Well, first of all, I need to figure out the formula. I know I'm a guy. Well, I'm not hating on anybody who's out here making a way for themselves. You know, as long as you ain't causing no harm to anyone else and, you know, bringing nobody else down, go ahead and do whatever you got to do to glorify yourself. And another thing, I definitely don't want to tell a woman how to represent herself or how to treat her body. I'm not a woman, and I never experienced what a woman has been through.
Oh, and we experienced a lot. Trust me, firsthand. I'll tell you that. Now, we talk about, you know, how people make money like that. And I'm telling you, like, even for those who aren't making money, like people are able to make pages to put up what I was talking about earlier, just randomly, like you just go on their live, is there. You go on their wall and videos, is there. If y'all are gonna fact check us to death, and if you guys are going to red flag us or put us in Facebook jail for just simple statements, thoughts, and ideas that we have, why are y'all not doing the same thing with this kind of content?
Because they're not.
Yeah,
if it get enough complaints and enough reports, they'll move it. You know, try to make the people happy.
Right.
But that's not stopping from someone else from putting that content right back up.
Right.
So it's not like, okay, this content is familiar, we're about to block it any way possible. We're gonna have the Facebook, we're gonna have the Twitter, we're gonna have the TikTok police waiting on this type of situation.
Right.
If we can get away with having it up there and they get a lot of attention, guess what? That's gonna put more money into our accounts.
Exactly. Like, it's just crazy. Like, we were talking behind the scenes how people are making like $20K in 1 month. $20K.
I
in
remember
1 month.
I remember my first Facebook Reels check. I got it 3 days before Christmas.
Uh-huh.
I was broke. I was broke, and I'm just like, I can't get my girlfriend nothing for Christmas. I can't get our daughter nothing for Christmas. I can't get anyone nothing for Christmas. And I remember going to sleep about 5 o'clock that morning, just like with all those thoughts inside of my head. I probably woke up maybe 3 or 4 hours later with my first payment from Facebook Reels sent to my Cash App account. It was almost $3,000.
Oh, look at that, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
is awesome.
Right on time. Oh, to God be the glory.
Yes.
You know, I
How
don't know.
much work did it take though in order to achieve something like that, on that platform?
It took a lot, and to be honest, going into it, I didn't know I was gonna do as good as I end up doing. You go into it with a lot of nerves and insecurities because you like, okay, other people make it. I should be able to make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times it takes a long time, or people are just attracted to certain type of people.
That's right.
And and all of a sudden I started looking, I said, oh wow, they have 2,000 followers. I got 5,000 followers. I'm at 10,000. I can't believe I just made to 20,000 followers, and I'm still climbing now. And it's people that loves me and appreciate my content. Those are the people that I do it for.
Yeah, you're relatable, man. Like I told you behind the scenes, it's all about energy for me. And you just gave off that energy. I was like, wow. First of all, he's super goofy. He's telling the truth. Tell your truth in a very creative way.
Yes.
So, I had to reach out to you, and I think I put that Malcolm X video there, slapping the table like,
yes,
it's possible. They making so much money.
They are.
Like that they have to consider how much taxes they gonna owe Uncle Sam. That's just how much money they making off of this.
Exactly. And I mean, that's a good problem, especially if you know how to balance your money. I'd rather be in a position to where I have to pay Uncle Sam because I made so much money. And it's crazy. I brought that up to somebody. I was talking to my best friend. I said, man, here I am at 32 years old. I waited all my life to have a child so I can claim a child on my tax return. And now I'm about to be in a part of income to where I'm making money where I actually owe, even with a dependent. So I'm just like, dang it.
Yeah, hey, dang if you do, dang if you don't. But like you said, at least you're in a position where you go. That means you're doing something.
Yes. And, just got to keep it going. And I appreciate you for inviting me on your platform.
Absolutely. And speaking of best friends, I definitely have to shout out my best friend, God rest her soul. It has been a hard weekend. Whew, it's hard for me to even talk about it right now, but just know, please keep Shayna and her kids in your prayers. If you know me, you know that we shared over 35 years of friendship. Nothing else compares. Nothing else compares. If you have friends, guys, check on your friends. Be there for them. Be there for them in the flesh. Pray for them, and do all that you can while you have breath in your lungs and while you're here on earth. That's what I'm going to say about that. Shayna, girl, I love you. This is crazy. Like we always say, life is lifing. You know what I mean? So I'm just grateful that God blessed me to share the years that I did with her. And we'll get back on topic.
Yeah, before we get back on topic, I want to respectfully send my condolences to you and your best friend's family. I know that's got to be a tough pill to swallow, losing somebody and then continue to keep moving forward while grieving. It's tough. We all have lost people that we love dearly. So my condolences to you and your best friend's family.
Thank you so much. It's just one of those things where it's just unbelievable, and she would have loved to come onto the show to talk about a topic like this because she would have been like, girl, let me get my granny pose so I can talk a little South talk. But when I tell you she was a raw, comedian, she would take her problems in life, flip it, and make you laugh about it. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't find those kind of people out here in the real world anymore.
You don't. And all the great ones do. They take their pain and turn it into comedy. Comedy end up turning to a big bag. So I mean,
Always. Like what you're doing. Like you keep doing it. I know I'm gonna see you on TV. I can totally see you in TV shows and movies because you have that energy. I'm not kidding. Like you really have some. I mean, we're talking about simple memes. Your videos are hilarious, but the memes they really do it for me. And I know all of your followers and fans can attest to that because you talk about real stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that you don't make anybody feel bad about who they are and what they do.
I don't. One thing I learned very quickly in life, everybody got an opinion about something. And sometimes whether you're joking or not, a lot of times, majority of the time, I'm joking. Right. But I've had people comment, I can't believe it. It's none of your business. Or people rah-rah at me and, their followers. And, I don't approach them and argue back in a way. I try to get the understanding of why they would feel a certain type of way instead of try to bash them. And even with 22,000 followers, I try to communicate with everybody who have something to say, everybody who have a comment. I try to post or I try to like a comment or anything. I talk to these people because these people they decide to follow you because they're interested. They don't want to just follow you, comment, and they see that you probably read a lot of the comments and don't reply back. No, this becomes your work. This becomes your new family. This becomes your fans. They want to interact. They want to know that you care about them.
That's right. So, I love that. And that's what I mean by your humbleness. Like that it takes a lot of humility for someone to even think that way. A lot of us don't think that way. A lot of us are so selfish. Backwards behavior. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Yes. Let's talk about it. A lot of us are self-serving. We only care about ourselves. We don't care about other people. We don't care what they have going on in their lives. And, everybody wants to feel significant. Everybody wants to be seen and heard, So I really like the fact that you take out time and you communicate with your fans. You communicated with me. I didn't think you were going to respond back. I was just upset because I'm like, here I am working hard the legitimate way. I still owe taxes too, but I ain't making $20,000 a month. I can making that.
Right.
I wish to God I was.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Oh, I receive it. Amen.
Our manifestation. Oh, man.
Yes. So I want to ask you something. Like, do you think the rules would change if we saw men out there doing what we see women doing to make money on social media?
Of course.
And all.
Of course. It'll have to be enough women to stand behind it in order for it to not be banned. But men, like you said, we're all visual creatures, but men are visual to another level. We let more slide, even if it's wrong to other people, if we like it.
Facts.
But when it comes to men doing stuff, we can't get it out. We tend to shame men more for things that we let a woman get away with doing.
That's something I noticed. That's why I posed that question, because I think y'all get crucified. There's no way.
Yes.
Not only would you get talked bad about, you would probably almost go to jail.
Yes.
Legit, right?
Yes. Yes. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
Get me going, man, because I don't like the way they be trying to treat us, man. They be trying to do us wrong, man.
Yeah, they do. They do. I'm not gonna lie. But there would be a lot of women that support you guys too, though, at the same token.
Of course. I mean, women support the gray sweatpants movement. I know.
Yeah, for well-known reasons.
Yes. I always run into a couple of those posts. Oh, it's sweatpants season. It's sweatpants season. I'm like, oh.
It's no different than sundress season. It's all
sundress. I mean, of course, because I'm a guy, sundress season is just so glorious. It's just amazing. I don't want to say too much. I got a girlfriend. Everybody on tape.
Not too much now, because she's watching this show.
Yeah, she's watching. I want to get it. I love you.
Right. So let me see something here. So, like, why do you shop and spend money to prove to other people we like? I'm saying for our culture, like, why do we shop and we go buy things unnecessarily? Just to prove that we have money. Because in my theory, if I had $20K per month, right, I wouldn't even want people to know that about me. But that's me, though. Like, what do you think about that? Because I'm kind of speaking towards that backwards behavior. You know what I mean? Like, would you Do you think that people go out and they go buy Lamborghinis, especially during tax season when they don't have it? They go out and buy rims for their cars and they haven't even paid their light bill, for instance. There's
Mhm.
so many different scenarios. Like some of us probably have been there and done it, but like, why do we continue to do that knowing what circumstances are we're upon in society, especially socio-economic circumstances right now?
As much as I want to blame us, I mean, we take credit for that too. But you got to think about it. It's the school systems that we don't have a lot of money management classes. We're not talking about. When I was in school, we was talking about how we don't talk about balancing checkbooks and
Facts.
everything. You know, how to spend our money wisely, how to invest it right back into ourselves. And now we're at the point till now we're talking about generational wealth. I'm thankful for that. But a lot of times we do bad with money because we're not used to money.
Yeah.
If you can give anybody $1 million, if they're not used to having that type of money, they're gonna spend it poorly, and then
Yeah.
money's gonna be gone fast.
You're gonna blow right through it.
That's why I pray.
Mhm.
I pray for financial guidance. I don't want just money. And we can all use a little bit more money, but I don't just want it. I need to know what to do with it.
Oh yes, I love that. So you have a strategy in mind. A lot of people don't have a strategy. They come
Hmm.
into money and they spend, 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 spend
Hmm.
on that OF too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, like this, just because you may be making 20,000, 30,000, $50,000 a month, that don't mean anything. That can stop one day too,
Oh
and then
yeah.
you can go to making $0 a month, or you can end up picking up a job at Kroger's or anything. So, excuse me. So I think it's best to know how to save your money, what investments. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, so I'm not gonna get too in depth to what to do with your money when I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the money I
I
get.
love your honesty. I really do.
No, but everybody
Thank
think they
you.
got it figured out. I don't have it figured out.
Right.
I'm a
Right.
32-year-old man who's trying to figure out how to use money.
I know that's right. We
So
need more people like you, man, on platforms, bigger platforms, so that we can have these kind of honest conversations. I'm actually being so for real because we need that.
yeah,
We need that down to earth dialogue. So speaking of honesty,
yeah,
backwards behavior, I'm talking about. Why
yes.
are people so dishonest in relationships? Like, haven't we reached a point in evolution of humanity that if you know you're a cheater, just stay to yourself, be single, and deal with people as you need to deal with them. Why do people get in relationships and then they cheat on their spouses or their significant others?
Insecurities seep in.
From a male's point of view.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I'm going. Insecurities seep in. A lot of times our go-to weapon is telling a woman that she's insecure. A lot of
Mm.
times that's not it. We're insecure. That's
Hmm.
the reason why, we have the baggage of, looking at someone else. We can't accept what we have. Like, we don't take the time to appreciate what we have. The name of the game for a guy is the chase. We
Yeah.
like the chase. And once we finally get the woman, instead of, pouring out our love into it, we like, okay, we got her. Now let me see what's else out there. You should be
Right.
paying attention to what's going on home. But
Yeah.
you like, oh, his woman look better than mine. Oh,
Mhm.
she looks better than my. No, mm-mm. To me, don't nobody look better than my woman.
That's right. Because see, that's the thing. That's the maturity of you, right? That's kicking in, and you know what's good for you now.
Oh
I think
yeah,
a lot of people don't even know what's good for them. They're just aimlessly just, dating people, and then they get somebody that they feel is halfway good. They're treating them decent, but they don't have a focus on them. They're focused on everything that looks good to them.
and that's why once I became single in 2017, I did focus on everything. But
Ah,
but once I got in a relationship, 2021, I'm like, okay, let me focus on my relationship. And I'm not gonna lie, when you first get in a relationship and you used to focusing on everything, you still kind of, crave that
right,
focus.
right.
But as you mature and realize what's best for you, like, now I wouldn't risk my relationship for that. So
Yeah,
it's a maturing thing. It's
yeah,
hard. Everybody, some people don't grow out of it. It's men that are 50 and in their 60s and still are cheaters and still.
Oh, don't we know? Women, we sit around, we talk about stuff like this. We're just like, we're not waiting till this guy turns 65, 70. Like, who's waiting on that? You know, like that's a whole lifetime. And for women don't have that kind of time. Like a lot of us want to have kids, you know, we want to settle down. And the guy just out here just getting it, you know, kind of getting it like this guy right here. Let me show y'all.
I am something that you never comprehend. No need to worry, no need to cry. I'm your Messiah and the reason why I hurt you. I would die for you. Yeah, darling, if you want me to. I would die for you. Y'all ready? Here we go. Layla.
Sinner, I am told. You be fine when you get cold. Make you happy when you're sad. Make you good when you are bad. I'm not human, I'm a god. I'm your conscience, I'm love. I'm really.
Boy, you mixing them up. Mixing them up. Boom.
Listen, that's what y'all be doing. Y'all be doing too much.
Hey,
y'all be doing too much.
But I gotta give it to him. You see that feet work? That wasn't footwork. That was feet work. He
was getting it, and you know he's an older guy too. But you know what? I find that hilarious because he started out on the north side of Houston. Now he's migrated himself down to Harris County, and me and my girlfriend Lloyd, shout out to her, Real Curves Houston. We just crack up on this guy, but he's out there doing his thing and making his money the most honest way he knows how. He's talking about the artist formerly known as I Seen This Video too. Yeah, he had the whole costume on and everything. He was wilding. But putting on a whole performance in traffic. This boy did the splits.
I would have had to tip him. You know how you know him to give back somebody some change or $1 or $2. He might have to get a 10 out of me. I'm gonna give him a whole 10.
He did a whole concert for us. Stop playing with him.
He did.
See, but that kind of foolishness, though, that's what we feel like as women that we deal with a lot of guys when they're not ready to settle down. So our biggest thing is, and the same thing goes for women too, right? A lot of us get in relationships with good guys, and we still want the thrill of that bad boy, and that's that backwards behavior that I've been talking about. Is like we are so attracted to what's bad for us, but we don't want to deal with what's good for us. Like we can't acknowledge it sometimes. You know?
Yeah, I've had moments to where I use backwards behavior. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's times where I wanted a woman so bad, not a woman, but the woman that I like. I wanted her so bad that I showed backwards behavior by pretending to be something I'm not.
Oh wow!
Trying to be a bad guy, trying to seem cool, not replying to her messages right away. And it was just killing me deep down. Like, this is not who I am.
Right.
But when I talked to her, this seemed to be the type of guy she attracted to. And I wanted that bad, and I'm about to pretend to be somebody else. That's definitely my form of using backwards behavior. And I felt so ashamed.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because I wanted to ask a question about like why some men think it's weak to actually love a woman, but they give all their homeboys so much love. Like, why do you think that's going on? That's super backwards to me.
It's funny. I can easily comment on that, and it's as simple as this. Our homies don't demand that much from us. Our women demand a whole lot, and rightfully so. Your woman holds you accountable for the things that you do. Your homies are going to entertain the things you do. It's different when you feel like you can behave like a child and get away with childish things around your friends. Of course, you're going to want to dedicate more time to your homies than your woman. I mean, when you was a child and you go outside, you and your friends agreed on a lot of things, right? That you and your parents didn't agree on. So it's basically the same concept, except it's in relationship form.
Yep, I love that answer. That's right on the money, man. Yeah, I've noticed it quite a bit. But you know, you just wonder to yourself, at what age do people grow out of that? Because I've dealt with people because I'm a relationship coach, and
Hmm.
it's just amazing how many people that are in their late 20s or 30s, sometimes early 40s, mid 40s,
Hmm.
they have the same kind of behavior. It's like they're not growing mentally at all. So I just think that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't really too much look at it as an age thing. It's a more of an experience thing. I've met people in their 20s who are more mature than I am, and I think I'm a very mature young man. But there's people who I'm like, oh man, talking to you is like talking to a wise 50-year-old. You just seem to have all the
Very good
answers
point. Yeah,
together.
it is about experience.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate your perspective on that because you're 100% hitting it head on. So,
yeah.
so yeah, that's interesting. I'm sure a lot of men and women are dealing with this issue right now as we speak. So hopefully
Hmm.
those individuals get their minds right because nobody has time for that. I wanted to talk about one more thing here about backwards behavior is why do we support complete strangers, but we don't support our family and our friends?
You just touched the soul right here.
Wish has a tissue to give you.
Yeah, struck a nerve. You can feel it. You can feel it during the beginning process. Your family can treat you like strangers. Not as good as strangers, because I want to say strangers treat you better when they tend to like what you're doing. But your family will treat you like a stranger in the form of, good, congratulations for you. I see you doing your thing. Yeah, yeah. I ain't posting that. When you become somebody, I start posting it then. But
Yeah.
you ain't nobody now. Even though you family and you somebody to them, you're nobody right now. But then you will have a stranger that'll run into your product or your content, whatever it is, and they're just loving it. They posting, they sharing. They don't have any idea who you are. They never spent the night at your house. They never ate from your table. But they just love who you are and what you come with, and they just want to share it. And it's just like, wow, all of this for me. You guys make me feel so special, and it's crazy. But I can say this honestly. I know a lot of people can't speak on this and the way that I'm about to speak on it, but I'm lucky because I have the best of both worlds. I have a lot of family supporting me, a lot of families sharing my content, a lot of family that want to see me win. No matter what circumstances we have been in, I've been having family of like, oh, you're the one that's going to make it. I've been hearing this. I've been groomed for this since I was in elementary. And it just feels good to see that my work is starting to pay off in some way, shape, or form. And I'll see my sisters reposting. I'll see my brother. I'll see my mom. I'll see my girlfriend's mom. Oh, she's one of my big fans. She posts a lot. She reposts a lot of my stuff. And it just feels good. These are not people that just came out of the woodwork and like, I knew you was gonna make it.
Right, right.
But they support me, so I'm lucky. But at a lot of times, yes, it's like that. Okay, your product isn't doing anything for anybody. I mean, so it can't benefit me. We're gonna wait till you become
You know, it's
successful.
funny. The reason why I posed that question to you is because when I was doing my skincare line, I, a lot of people that bought my products, I never met them a day in my life. They saw the commercial, they went to the website, clicked the link, bought the products. And I had a family member ask me, oh, because she wrote a review, an outstanding 5-star review. And they were like, oh, do you know her? Like, you must know her as to why. And I was like, I have no idea who this woman is, but it's crazy that you guys would assume that I did know her, and they themselves hadn't even tried the product, right? I even shipped it to them for free. They didn't even give a response. They didn't write a review, and this, whatever, no shade. But it was something that I observed and I noticed, and I was like, wow. Now when I see people on Facebook posting like, oh yeah, oh, they get all upset because nobody's supporting them. It doesn't matter. Strangers will support you 100%.
They
Who
will.
cares? It sucks that your family and friends don't, but somebody who sees the greatness in your product or even sees the value in you will support you, right? And they will
Mhm.
run the reviews up for you and they will run your money up for you because
Yeah.
they believe in what it is that you're offering to the world. So I definitely just wanted to encourage someone out there that's watching this show today who may be in a rough patch. Maybe they're trying to take off on social media like you're already doing. Or maybe they have a product or service that they want to sell to the community and they feel like it's going nowhere fast. Well, it may be going nowhere fast because you're depending on your family and your friends.
Yes.
You have to get outside of that box.
Yes. And I also want to say this. Insecurity is the enemy. Because there are days that you can be doing amazing, great. Everyone's involved with your product or your content, whatever it is that you're doing. And then you can have a day or a couple of days to where everything isn't going so great. That doesn't mean that it's the end of the world or you fell off. It's like that sometimes. It happens. So don't let insecurity stop you from doing anything. Keep
Ooh,
posting.
absolutely.
Keep doing your thing. I don't care if you got 100,000 likes this day and you only got 10 likes that day. It's okay. Keep posting because insecurity has tried to slow me down on so many occasions. I go, no, I'm about to keep going.
You have to. It's that consistency and the persistence behind your drive that will always land you inside of the successful circle, because you want to have that circle of success. You want to have that circle of supporters, and you may not always start out in that circle.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That ambition, that drive is what's going to get you in front of the right people that will support you, that see the value in you.
And people will notice.
Oh, yeah. And even the ones that don't even show love, they notice.
Yeah, people watching.
They're the ones that's watching you the most.
They're watching. They're definitely watching.
Most definitely. Oh, and Dick Dillinger says also network. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Like how you do on your page, James. You talk to everybody.
Yes,
we're always all cracking up like we've been knowing each other for 15 years.
Yes. Yeah, you family now. Now you stuck with me.
Exactly. That's what I was telling James behind the scenes. It's like I feel like we are already friends because you're such an easy, pleasant person to talk to. There's no chip on the shoulder. There's no pride, or it's okay to have pride, but some people are just like extremely prideful. It's like, oh my God, I don't even want to have a conversation with this person. Like, what's up with them? That's not what I get from you at all.
Yeah, my thing is I don't ever want to become that person that think I'm too big for anybody. I want to continue building relationships. I don't want to forget about the people who encouraged me or brought me onto their platforms like you. I don't want to forget anybody. And I know once you get bigger, you have to be more careful because some people will try you. So, but I know the difference from genuine love versus somebody who thinks they can, get a tick out of me. So I know you got to be careful. So I'm glad that the success I'm now starting to get is happening later in life. I didn't need this too early in my life because it would have caused a whole bunch of problems for me, not knowing how to respond to certain things and not being mature enough to handle certain things.
Wow, that transparency. I just really do love that because more men need to, specifically Black men, need to hear this type of conversation. It's important, to whom is given much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Much is expected out of you. Like, you have to be able to be mature enough to handle that level of responsibility. And as we were talking about all this money that could potentially be made, on these social media platforms, you definitely need to have a strategy on how you would invest or save that money, just like how you need to have a strategy of how you would manage your energy, right? And your time once you do reach that level of fame. How are you going to treat yourself? How are you going to treat the people that love you and that's been there, right? Gratitude goes a long way, and it opens up doors that have been sealed shut from others,
Mm-hmm.
And one of the listeners, Dick Dillinger, says you speak facts, and you do. And I'm so glad we did this this we wanted to go a lot harder, but the powers that be. Yeah. We can only say so much.
Yes.
But I just want to say shout out to everybody that's making $20,000 per month for showing that upper thigh. Because maybe I need to get on there and show something brown besides my neck. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was a joke, guys. Okay, it was a joke. 20K is just crazy. It's crazy. Like, that's insane.
Hey, it's getting to the point where I'm starting to see couples on there now.
Really?
Yes. Oh, yes. Family bonding has been taken to another level.
I didn't even know. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The likes I see, the amount of interaction, and I go, whoa, okay.
That's about thigh meat. That's right. I'll put that thigh meat on there for 20K. I'll put some toes on there too.
Oh, man.
Anyways, guys.
Look. Don't start now. Everybody like, you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe you should try.
Right? Stop playing. But no, I really want to say thank you today so much for being a guest on the Sisters Talk podcast. We really touched on a lot of different topics as much as we could talk about it today, and hopefully it kind of got some people thinking. Not to open up an OF page, but more so just to know that people are out here making cash, and also to really reconsider how you think about your life and how you move in your life, how you treat people that care about you. You know,
Yes.
are you treating yourself the way you need to be treating yourself? Are you loving yourself the way you need to love yourself? Do you have a plan for when God opens up the doors and grants you with the gifts that you've been praying for all these years? Will you be ready to receive those gifts? You know, what are you going to do with those gifts? So I think that was kind of the root of, or summarizes what our topic was about today in terms of backwards behavior. And did you want to say any final words to the audience before we wrap up today?
Before I say anything to the audience, I would like to say something to you. I appreciate you for having me on your platform. You are an amazing person. You have great vibration. Please use me anytime you want on your show. I will come on as much as you want, talk about any and everything. So I appreciate you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean that. And anyone who's listening, God bless. You know, I don't know what religion you believe in, but may you be blessed by the mighty high above. And please, everybody stay safe.
Please. Yes. Thank you again. Like, you are just abundantly blessed. I can feel that through the screen. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you on the big screens.
Oh,
one day.
that's a dream.
I hope that's the direction that you're planning on going in,
Yes.
because I can totally feel that from you.
Yes.
And I just can't wait to see it. And before we wrap up officially, I definitely just want to put another picture up of my best friend. God bless her and her children. Love you guys so much. And it was a hard show today, but you made it fun, brother. So thank you.
I'm glad I can bring some light to it. Such a sad moment.
Yes. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Have a blessed evening.